It's been 100 days since Bola Ahmed Tinubu assumed office as President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, greeting Nigerians with a catchphrase in his inaugural speech: "Petrol subsidy is gone," a move widely agreed by most to be in the best interest of Nigeria, but wrongly timed.
No provision is there for fuel subsidy. The fuel subsidy is gone.
At a time of great economic difficulties marked by very high socio-political tension. And that's where it all began for him and Nigerians as the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. The days and weeks that have followed have been greeted with the good, the bad and the ugly, as several controversies have plagued the Tinubu-led administration. With his moves in policy reforms, the appointment of service chiefs, constitution and swearing in of 45 ministerial cabinet members, arguably a recycling of old politicians to serve the country.
The men and women who have been sworn in have been carefully selected by me for their track record of excellence and achievement in public and private sector.
The big move with the students' loan bill signed into law.
If we all believe that education is the greatest weapon against poverty, then we have to invest in it. And that poverty should not prevent anybody, any child, including the daughter or son of a wood seller or bolly seller or yam seller, from attaining their
reactions birthed premised on the impact of fuel subsidy removal, paving way for nationwide protest by the Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC) and the trade union organization TUC, which firmed up negotiation conversations still yet to yield fruit beyond the promises of palliative initiatives of the federal and state government across the 36 states and the FCT, with current disbursed funds to some state government reported at 2 billion naira.
Issue of 8,000 naira to be given to the poorest of the poorest. We are not a party to it. 8,000 naira.
1,000 every year.
It cannot take any family for 2 days. It's an insult to the people of Nigeria. We want our refinery to work. Let us refine our crude oil by ourselves and sell to the citizens of Nigeria at a very cheaper rate. This fuel subsidy, it has caused an hardship to the citizens of Nigeria, not only Nigeria workers.
A few weeks in, the naira was floated and forex allowed to trade unanimously with the parallel market. This also was received with initial celebration, and later the realization of the cons began to hit. A move applauded by the United Bank of Africa CEO Tony Elumelu, who says the move seeks to favor businesses in Nigeria and rightly secure the private sector stakeholders.
The private sector is encouraged with the bold decisions President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has taken, and we hope that in the fullness of time, Nigerians will benefit from it.
The NNPCL changed fuel pump prices, yet with several indices unsorted. All marketers exclaimed the high cost of importation of the commodity and other attendant repercussions, and this ensued a meeting between the president and the oil marketers. Tinubu's Policy Advisory Council also said addressing oil theft and pipeline vandalism, growing oil and gas production, and resolving the cash shortage after seeing the Tinubu-led administration suspend and detain the Apex Bank CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele 10 days after assumption of office, were part of his task before the unwritten 100-day watch mark, a move to remodel the economy, bring about growth and development through job creation, food security, and put an end to extreme poverty, as captured in his inaugural speech, necessitated his meeting with the Governors Forum.
If we think together and work together, Nigeria of our dream is not far away. Let's constantly deliberate, think together, and maintain an open door policy.
All of this mostly viewed with deep concerns over a perceived weak execution in sustaining the momentum of reforms or unleashing the full potential of Nigeria. In view of the hardship sponsored by the removal of fuel subsidies, Mr. President addressed the nation, acknowledging that he was aware of the plight facing many Nigerians, but announced that there was no easy way out, pleading with citizens to sacrifice a bit more as better days loomed, although promising no availability of quick fixes.
Our economy is going through a tough patch, and you are being hurt by it, I know. The cost of fuel has gone up. Food and other prices have followed it. Households and businesses are struggling. Things seem anxious and uncertain. I understand the hardship you face. I wish there were other ways, but there is not. If there were, I would have taken that route, as I came here to help, not to hurt the people and the nation that I love so dearly.
This gave more push to the all-grand palliative conversations, which have seen several experts and technocrats, including architect Ezekiel Nyaitok, write open letters to the president prescribing what exactly palliative should be, other than paltry bags of rice or cash transfers. Public transportation aid and freight of agricultural produce has been the most clamored palliative aid from the Tinubu-led administration. In a bid to reprioritize national and public spending, Mr. President has initiated several cutbacks and also several probes. One of such seems to the suspension of the EFCC boss Abdulrasheed Bawa. Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu assented to the bill seeking to increase retirement age for judiciary workers. A highly controversial constitution of the Niger Delta Development Commission Board will not be exonerated from the listing of some of the most profound moves made by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the first 100 days of his administration. Not to forget in a hurry the fact that Mr. President is the chairman of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, and they have been greeted with the responsibility of re-navigating Niger back to democratically elected governance, which saw the President Bazoum ousted by military officials in the country. Also, we see Gabon had also ousted its president Ali Bongo. Some of these have been the responsibilities that Mr. President have had to handle in the first 100 days of his tenure.
In reaffirming our relentless commitment to democracy, human rights, and the well-being of the people of Niger, it is crucial that we prioritize diplomatic negotiations and dialogue as the bedrock of our approach.
All these seem to be a mixed pudding of policy, emotions, expectations, reactions of reforms initiated by his government, but largely lacking at the base with clear-cut implementation strategies and timing. What will Nigerians remember the first 100 days in office of Mr. President for? How best will his emergence as President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces be described with all that has unfolded and all that will continue to unfold?